Okay. If you've ever tried to order parts for your Honda engine, or you've ever tried to order a replacement Honda engine, I'm sure you've been asked if you have your variation code. What that is a code that tells us the specifications of a particular engine. And this is a critical part of engine replacement or parts finding in order to be able to get the right parts for the right equipment. Now sometimes this can be a little bit hard to find. It's typically a 3-digit code on the side of the engine, and sometimes this will be preceded or have a star before or after it, and typically though it's going to be a 3-digit number or code, something along the lines of QDA or QDFA or something along those lines. But today we're going to look at a few examples of where to find these codes. So here we've got a typical Honda GX340 engine, and this engine, as you can see, has a key switch and a recoil start, and that is a typical thing for Honda depending on the manufacturer that it's made for. Now this variation code will tell us what it's made for and what the application is, what kind of crankshaft it has, and possibly the carburetor specifications. So we're going to go over here to the side of the engine and try to see if we can't locate this 3-digit code on the side of the engine block itself. So if we go down here on the side of the engine block, we don't find it on that side, so we're going to continue around. We're going to go ahead and spin this engine around so that we can find this, get a better line of sight on it. But here is our variation code stamped in the side of this block. So this engine in particular would be a GX340 QAE2. Now you may also see that big long number to the bottom of that. What that is a VIN number. This engine is a GCAVT VIN number. And that will tell us certain specifications about it as well, but the most important number we can have is that variation number. Now not all engines' variation numbers are located in the same location, but what this engine tells us is it has a Q-style crankshaft, which is a standard crankshaft, and the E tells us this is an electric start model. So that helps us to narrow things down when we're trying to find replacement part or a replacement engine. So now we're going to go over here to a GCV 160 engine. Now this is a kind of engine you would typically see on a push mower replacement. And this engine, it's used in a variety of areas, but typically in a push mower application. Now on this particular engine, you can see on the back of the engine here, there is a code there at the bottom. It's a GCV 160 LA A1A. Now in this situation, that is where we would find the variation code for this engine. But if you come around to the side, let's say that sticker is gone, you can also see on the side here that there are some numbers etched in right here, and it says A1A, and that tells us that this is an A1A engine. Now some engines are going to be easy to find this on, and some engines are not. If it's been a heavily used engine, these variation codes can be sometimes very hard, if not impossible, to find. And in that scenario, the only thing you can do is to call Honda, possibly with your VIN number, and see if they can help you to locate a variation code for this. Again, we take a look at the GX340 as to where it's located at, and it's down there just above the foot of the engine. And again, this is just to help you find a variation code. One thing that we highly recommend here at Tulsa Engine is that when you buy your engine, you write these numbers down. Write these in your manuals and you store these away, because these numbers will not be located in your manual, because those manuals are generic and they do cover a wide variety of engines. So please write these numbers down, keep them where you can find them, and that way if you ever need a part for your engine, or you need a worst case scenario, a replacement engine, you'll know what to look for, and then we can help you to find the products that you need. And again, you can always visit our website at tewarehouse.com or tewarehouse.net for the forum and type in Honda model numbers, and it will bring up a help guide for finding your variation code.